this is JJ the CPA. And
JJ the CPA here. Let me tell you this. You can't see my feet right now, but I'm doing a tap dance, breaking, smashing news, relieving news related to the PPP forgiveness application. SBA is getting ready to release, keyword getting ready to, you're hearing it here first, most likely, but getting ready to release 2 new PPP forgiveness applications. Are you ready for this? So we have an easy and we have a regular PPP forgiveness application. What a relief. Now, a couple of things to note. I've got some videos talking specifically about the self-employed. I've got videos coming out with some calculations. I already have one for the self-employed. Here's the deal though. Here's your takeaways, okay? The takeaway is this, and I'm going to start first with what is the most recent smashing news, is that for the owner employees, the employees that pay themselves a W-2 wage, yes, we have a 24-week option. Here's how it works though, and check out the video that I do the calculation on, but here's how it works. It is more, so you're taking for the owner employee what was paid to that owner employee, the wages, divided by 12 times 2.5, okay? That's the maximum up to the 100,000, okay? Where before it was what was paid to the owner employee divided by 52 times 8, okay? So it only included 8 weeks. Now, I haven't investigated enough, but they still indicate you can do the 8-week option. I have not come across an advantage of why someone would want to do the 8-week option, because U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin said we can file forgiveness application whenever we want. Long story short, there are 2 options. I'm selecting the option that's called the 24-week option, but what's interesting is the 24-week option for the owner employees is not 2019 compensation divided by 52 times 24 weeks. It's not that, okay? That was the 8-week option where you took owner comp in 2019 divided by 52 times 8. Still, that is the option if you select the 8-week option for those that got a loan before June 5th of 2020 on the PPP. Now, let's just go to the 24-week option here, okay? And I'm going to talk about the self-employed in a second, and I'm going to talk about the employees here in just a second. But for the owner employee, if you're doing the 24-week option, okay, it doesn't include 24 weeks. It's your 2019 wages divided by 12 times 2.5. Doesn't that sound familiar? That should be the exact amount that you included in getting your PPP application, okay? So in essence, for the owners, what was received in that owner's dollar amount in the PPP is going to lead to that forgiveness, because what was in the loan was 2019 divided by 12 times 2.5. Now, there is a cap. The cap is still 20,833, which is what? The cap is still the 100,000 divided by 12 times 2.5. Okay, so I'm going to have another video where I've got a whiteboard with these calculations. Just know this, it's more. It's more owner comp that we get to include than before, which is phenomenal, okay? Now, for the self-employed, I have a video, 2 of them, where I talk about more detail, the new rules on the SBA PPP forgiveness. I have a whiteboard calculation, but here's what you should know, okay? You take your 2019 Schedule C, what you're actually going to submit to the IRS or already submitted. You take that line 31 divided by 12 times 2.5. Guess what that number is? That's what you used to get your loan, which means if your Schedule C line 31 that you used to get your loan, okay, is the same as what you are or had or going to submit to the IRS, if those line 31s are the same, boom, 100% forgiveness, okay? So check out my video. I've got two playlists. One's called New PPP Forgiveness and one's called PPP Self-Employed New. So long story short, on the employees, and I have a video going through this as well that's in those playlists, but for the employees, so this is non-owner employees, this is not the self-employed. And remember, in all this, when I say self-employed, it includes the sole proprietor, the independent contractor, the gig worker, and the single member LLC that's filing a Schedule C. All those should be filing Schedule C. All right. Now, for the employees, okay, yes, you get to include 24 weeks. We knew that, but then the question was, but what would be the max? Well, the max is going to be still, you only get to include up to $100,000 of compensation for that employee, okay? And then if you've paid them more than that, you're going to be capped at $100,000, okay? Divided by 52 times 24 weeks, okay? So that's the cap, which is about 46 grand. Different and higher cap than the owner employees, because the owner employees max is 100,000 divided by 12 times 2.5, which is 20,833. Employees that are not owners, their max is still 100,000 max compensation at the beginning of the calculation, but divided by 52 times 24, which is a max up to just over 46,000. The thing to note for the owner employees and the employees, it is still what you actually paid in the 24-week period. If you're electing the 8-week period for your application, then all the old rules that you know still apply. So any videos that I've done to date, they all still apply if you're doing the 8-week option. All still apply. So I have that playlist for the 8-week option, and then I have now the playlist for the 24-week option. Phenomenal, 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 phenomenal news. More videos to come on the updated SBA PPP application for forgiveness. We have the regular one, which is shorter, and we have the EZ, which is even shorter. Yes, the haircut calculations are still in there. FTEs are still in there. Salary reduction haircuts are still in there. So more to come. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I tell you what, if you haven't subscribed, why? Why haven't you? Look at this. I mean, breaking, smashing news. This is not even being released until Friday. You can find it at the Federal Register. It is official. It's ready to rock. But for whatever reason, it's set to publish on Friday. Today is June 17th. Friday is June 19th. Why wouldn't you subscribe? And better yet, why wouldn't you turn on your notifications so that you know when I drop a video, you're able to see it? All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Again, love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right. Hey, have a great day.
JJ, the CPA is here. JJ, the CPA is here.
JJ.